as they're making their way to our show court. Wardani at the front. And Chen Yufei following on behind. Just the one previous meeting. That was in the Denmark Open about 18 months ago. And Chen Yufei won in only 31 minutes. Whether she can do that again, Chris, is open to conjecture after missing so much badminton following the Olympics. What have you made of the sort of comeback so far, which is in its infancy?
Yeah, and this is do you know what? It's the really interesting thing, and I have a lot of respect for Chen Yufei, not just because she is and has been such a phenomenal player, but she accepted that she lost just a little bit of motivation, encouragement. She just wanted a short break, and I fully respect that because it's the right thing to do for her, and she's now found kind of the love again for the sport. And I think, yes, in the last tournament she played last week, Oleana Masters, was it 100%? No, but it's going to take a bit of time, and I think it's going to be interesting. It might be in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. We're going to see another phenomenal player that we've all seen in her.
Well, she's up against this woman, Wardani, ranked 11 in the world. That is her best. Won her first Super 300 tournament at 18. Won another one in Korea last November. So it's not going to be any pushover, you wouldn't have thought, for the Chinese here, who is 27 now, Chen Yufei. Looking at Wardani's first round result, didn't have any problems with Super needed Kata. That's a good result, actually. I'm surprised it was quite as one-sided as that.
Yeah, I would agree, and I would say I think Wardani, she's improving a lot, and I think she is definitely a player for the future.
Chen Yufei, of course, has been at the top of the rankings. First got there back in December of 2019, a couple of years before she won the Olympics. Former World Junior Champion, of course. 15 World Tour titles she has, including here 6 years ago. And her last tournament win was in Indonesia, the Indonesia Open last year. And as Chris was saying, she got to the final in Orléans last weekend, lost out to An Si-young.
Ready to play?
She took 35 minutes to dispatch Nina Karsfeld in the first round. Christian Hedlund, who you may have seen earlier, bringing on the World Tour Finals trophy. He's our chair umpire for this women's singles. And Iris Metspalou of Estonia, there she is the service judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Chen Yufei, China. And on my left, Putri Kusuma Wardani, Indonesia. Putri Kusuma Wardani to serve. Lovell. Play.
So the continuation of the Chen Yufei comeback.
Brilliant. And this is the thing, I've seen Wardani play a little bit now, and as I said, I'm really impressed with her, and I think she has only got better and better, but over the next year, 2 years, I think she's going to be a real star. There's a big, big challenge today, though, against Chen Yufei.
Service over.
Chen Yufei, she's got such lovely touch.
1-0.
Big question is, how good is Chen Yufei gonna be? We know how good she can be, but as you said, Trevor, start of this comeback journey.
angle.
Yeah, she's so graceful the way she plays everything. She makes it look so easy. Looks so smooth all the time, Chen Yufei.
Yeah, just the way she generates power through timing and touch.
Brilliant. That's the thing, Chen Yufei's only got 8 tournaments on at the moment, which is obviously the minimum they take is your best 10, so she's quite a bit off that. It's just why she's dropped down to 13 in the world. Since the Olympics, back at the beginning of August, she only played the team event, which was the Asian mixed team event, and then the Olympic Open last week.
Yeah, it's been a kind of gentle reintroduction, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's actually been really sensible, and I think it's great that obviously the Chinese Badminton Federation have allowed her what they did, as in just that little bit of respite, and then a really sensible reintroduction into the elite level again.
Obviously, at the moment, An Se-young is completely dominating the women's game on the singles side. Herbing Zhao, of course, who won a medal in Paris, has retired. Carolina Marin's trying to come back again in her 30s after that awful injury in Paris. But it's basically just been all An Se-young, really, hasn't it, for the last kind of year, 18 months, really.
Yeah, she's been quite exceptional. And just talking to Herbing Zhao, I mean, she won so many fans, I think, and so much respect from how she conducted herself at the Olympics, and even saw that kind of award she won with Carolina Marin just for that, you know, phenomenal gesture. It really was lovely to see.
I think that shot of her on the podium with the Spanish pin on her jacket was, well, went around the world. It went viral pretty much.
Yeah, I think everyone, you know, it was one of those moments we almost get that kind of that frog in your throat. It was kind of an emotional moment seeing it. It was lovely from Herbing Zhao.
It's nicely played.
Yeah. Lovely hold. Don't often see Chen Yufei get wrong-footed. She does read it so well. The start that Chen Yufei's had, though, you'd never think this is only a second kind of individual tournament for, you know, 6-7 months. Brilliant.
4-6.
This is the skill that she has as well, Wardani, and the finesse. It's like all the Indonesian lady singles players, they've got so much variation. They're so dangerous overhead.
Again, just the angle that Chen Yufei creates, giving Wardani a problem again there.
Great lift off that net shot.
Trick shot in the middle of it to keep the rally alive improbably. It's wonderful stuff.
You know, she's in crazy trouble as well. It's not like, I mean, this is the thing. There's not many players in the world that could have the time off she's had. and return at this level in a major championship. You know, All England C1000, massive, massive tournament. I'm going to be honest, so far, you wouldn't know that she'd had time off. The level she's played at so far has been back to some of her best.
Yeah, against a very dangerous opponent.
Service over. 5-9.
Landed in.
A rare misjudgment then.
9.
Chen Yufei.
Service over. 10-6.
So a 5-point advantage for the Chinese as they go for the mid-game break. Chen Yufei exactly where she would want to be.
然后呢，第二个最关键的，不要重复他一个点，特别是后场，因为他每次压完你风又回去，他碰掉来劈啊干什么就很快。哎，那你压完他压我跟掰对角啊、吊啊什么都可以啊，只要不重复他一个点。你看，你很多危险球都是因为你他压你头顶，你又回去，他劈对角，对吧？啊，发就发盯住啊，你只要不弄他，他会有机会。
Kalau enak baru turunin, dan jangan tipis-tipis. Yang pukulan yang enak.
Service over. 7-11.
Doesn't miss many of those.
Chen Yufei, she read it so well.
11.
Saw the big gap. Just trying to be slightly too accurate. Too perfect. Good little run here for Wardani. Too good.
Service over.
Say the big thing is at the moment,
8.
Chen Yufei's just reading pretty much most of what Wardani's doing. Chen Yufei's definitely the one dictating the rally. Yeah, quality's not quite good enough. It's just one jump away from the centre line.
Cheap point for the Chinese there.
13-8.
I feel almost like a bonus point there because Chen Yufei, you can see her smiling.
14-8.
She was in so much trouble. A couple of miss hits as well, and she does very, very, very well to win that point.
going to challenge this. It was called out, and it may
Saying your
just
fade,
have missed the line, but she
challenge
wants to check.
called Out. Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 9-14. Play. Service over. 15-9.
Panjang dulu nggak apa-apa, ya. Pada mati panjang dulu. Tenang, Bro.
Read it so well. She had all the options. I think it was almost just trying to be too perfect. It was quite nice, the camera work there, just getting to see one player, but the whole time, see how much movement they do. You've got to be active the whole time. There's no stationary. You've hit a shot and you're anticipating where the next one's going. Great defense. And that's where it's almost a bit of frustration for me from Wardani, just because she had control over most of the rally, but the defense from Chen Yufei was so good that Wardani's thinking it's got to be better and better and better.
Yeah, she does look a little frustrated.
Here you can see Chen Yufei's in big trouble there. She does defend so well, and there, full stretch. Just think she's got to be more and more accurate, Wardani. Fantastic, that was more accurate. That's pretty much on the line, just inside the line.
Service over. 11-16.
Yeah, in amongst the excellence of Chen Yufei's overall play, we've seen some moments from Wardani. That was one of them.
And this is the thing, we know she can do it. I think it's just been a little bit few and far between so far.
Hey! 12-16.
Too good.
Over.
Just all class, that, wasn't it?
And everything's so kind of smooth about Chen Yufei. Everything's graceful, everything's calm, everything's fluid, and you know, she makes it look almost too easy. And this is the thing, unfortunately, for Wardani at the moment. We've seen definitely moments of magic, but then it's just these where Chen Yufei hasn't had to do anything to win the point. These easier points. And again, there, and you know, a player with Chen Yufei's caliber, you can't afford to give her these comfier points, because you know Chen Yufei's going to come out with some magic at some point. This lead now is very, very big.
Silky touch from Wardani this time.
13-19. Service over.
So 7 game points now for Chen Yufei.
13. Service over.
Exceptional net shot
14
from Wardani.
20.
That'll do it, 21-14, and she hasn't taken long to establish dominance in this match. Just 17 minutes for that opening game for Chen Yufei. Looking good at the moment for a place in the quarters.
他就有机会抡你，知道吗？所以有的时候适当，我该高高，该平要平，手上要有点得是往前。你今天后场打的。
Well, without question, this woman has been the best in the world by a distance for the last year, 18 months. And Se-Young still just 23, amazingly. The Olympic champion, the world champion, 26 World Tour titles she has at the age of 23. 3 already this year, and we're only just into March. And she is on next, and the woman who has the dubious honour of trying to stop her progress, Kirsty Gilmore of Scotland. It is the toughest assignment in women's badminton, try and take down An Se-Young. I'm sure she'll have a huge fan club inside the utility arena when she comes out from that practice court as soon as our current match is finished, because she's on next. Meanwhile, Putri Wardani has a lot of work to do here. I don't think she played that badly, Chris, to be honest, in that first game.
I think it's such a big challenge because, you know, Chen Yufei, she's been one of the best players for the last long time, basically, and I thought her level would actually be slightly lower than it is, but I mean, she's just phenomenal. That even though she hasn't been in regular training, you know, I think from what I've heard, it's only been about two and a half months, which obviously isn't a very long time to be playing at this level, considering she had so long out. But she is, you know, one of these special players.
Play.
So Chen Yufei starting game 2. And Wardani starting with a little statement of intent there.
1-0.
As if to say, I'm still in this match.
It's what we saw the first point of the first game, and I got quite excited, and then Chen Yufei just kind of stamped her authority on it. Fantastic. Just caught the line, I think.
2-0.
Yeah, no challenge.
I do feel they were kind of the shots in the first game that Wardani was just missing. That's absolute perfection.
Bang on the line, as that replay showed.
Rare miss there from Chen Yufei. Been a great start to the second game for Wardani. This is the big question now when things aren't quite going to plan. Can Chen Yufei turn it around? Obviously, yes, in the past, no doubt. But with the amount of training she's had, is this going to now be a bit of a trickier challenge? Brilliant. Yeah, Wardani, she's taking charge of these rallies.
5-0.
Very, very different from the first game. Very different. She almost looked a little bit nervous, a little bit tentative in the first game. That's just too good. Too good for Chen Yufei to be able to reach. And again, this is incredible from Wardani.
What's going on?
But this is the thing, you know, as I said, I've seen Wardani play, and I think she has so much kind of prospect and possibility, and I think she could be so good. First game, I didn't see a lot of that, and I think, yes, partly Chen Yufei didn't allow her to play, but she did look a bit nervous, a bit tentative, whereas the second game, she's come out here, totally different player.
Chen Yufei on the board then in game 2, albeit rather belatedly.
Fantastic.
2-6.
Challenging each other at the moment to who's got the better cross-court slices. And this is the big bit. This is where Wardani, she's got so much potential, so much possibilities, you know, so many weapons, but it's just these gifts that she's given to a player who is so good. Brilliant. Yep.
Service over. 7-3.
Just missed the sideline.
4-7. Service over. 8-4. Nine-4.
I'd say Wardani's maybe just finding it a little bit difficult to find that balance between just being solid, consistent and steady, and almost trying to just be too brilliant.
Could have hit that anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, that's so accurate.
Right into Chen Yufei's hitting zone. Wardani, having made such a strong start, just been put under pressure again here by Chen Yufei.
Service over.
Oh, she'll be disgusted with that.
10-7. Service over. 8-10.
Six love it was, remember, at one point. Wardani's favour. Chen Yufei's come storming back. So a 2-point lead for Wardani. She will feel it should be more, but at least she's in front at the mid-game break.
Play. Service over.
Well, it's obviously contagious.
10-11.
Too much angle.
Service over. 12-10.
almost came from nowhere.
13, Chen.
That's the thing, she's got like all the tools to be so dangerous. So I see she has a lot of potential. That's an incredible shot. Just putting it all together.
Service over. 11-13.
Trajectory on that shot from Chen Yufei gave Wardani big problems.
Service over. 14-11.
We saw a very similar thing in a match earlier today in the ladies doubles. Japan versus Indonesia. Japan quite comfortable in the first game, and I would say Chen Yufei was fairly comfortable in the first game, but Wardani's done so well to turn this around.
Service over. 12-15.
Well, it was great defence while it lasted from Wardani. Oh, that was a bit of a gift. She was never going to turn it down.
Yeah, and this is the thing when Chen Yufei, when she reads what you're doing, like she does here, watch the serve, turns her footwork up. Really well placed. Good lift off Chen Yufei's net there. Brilliant.
Service over. 16-14.
I do wonder if Wardani was able to take this to 3 games, how much that could affect Chen Yufei. Just obviously a long week last week for her in regards to she made the final, a lot of matches, and she hasn't played a lot of tournaments lately. And what is her physical conditioning really like?
Service over. 15-16.
Kiranya dikontrol tenang.
Yeah, well, she'll certainly want to get it done in straight games if she can. Just a couple of errors creeping into Wardani's game. That is now the first time she's been in front in this second game. Remember, she had that disastrous start. She's 6-love down, 9-4 down, 15-11. Can she see it through from here? Super shot, wonderful touch. See, Wardani's weight was back on her heels, never going to be able to get there.
Service over.
It's out the back though.
17-18.
Drift just took it because it's going that way as we look at the screen, sliding from right to left.
17.
Yeah, she'd actually done well to stay in the point, Wardani, in the early stages of that rally. And got herself back within a point, but now the gap's 2. And Chen Yufei just 2 away.
Black. So it's over. 18-19.
She did very well to win that net duel.
Yeah, absolute perfection, because Chen Yufei's there. If it isn't perfect,
It's an easy kill, isn't it?
yeah.
Huge point coming up here. Didn't expect her to miss that. So now, pretty much a toss-up here. Chen Yufei, you wouldn't imagine, wants to go 3 games. Sounds obvious, but...
Yeah, this is the thing, even if, let's just be hypothetical in regards to, say, Chen Yufei loses this game but does end up winning the match, the amount it takes out of her, and this is only, obviously, the second round, if she wants to really go the full distance, she wants to be as fresh as possible. Cheap mistake.
20, game point, 19.
So a chance for Wardani to square this match. Heart would have been in her mouth there in that rally. Nearly left that. Oh dear, oh dear.
This is the thing I would say. I've seen a few more comfortable mistakes, which are quite uncharacteristic of Chen Yufei.
So a second chance for Wardani to square the match.
Incredible return of serve. What a time to pull off a little bit of magic. It was the way she kind of moved her body, made it deceptive. Also, she just held it that fraction longer, changes her body position there. You can see she holds it as long as possible until she plays the shot.
Well, now it's Wardani's turn to miscue. And a match point for Chen Yufei.
The second game's had it all.
Great defense, Wardani was right at the body. Just a couple of times in the last few points, just has looked a little nervy. Just wonder whether, I mean, obviously she's dealt with pressure throughout her whole career. You can't be an Olympic champion and have had the success that she has had in this sport, but been away from it for a while.
Yeah, and I would say normally in these situations where it's tight and there's pressure, she's so good. And I would say, for me, it has to come down to, yeah, she lost a little bit of confidence in herself just because she hasn't trained as much, and you do.
And this is going to be one game all it is. Huge credit for Putri Wardani for having come back, saved a match point. And she has levelled up this last 16 tie.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Final game, love all. Play.
So here we go then with the decider. Wardani getting us going.
Great rally to start this final game.
1-0. Service over. 1-0. Service over.
Cute
2-1.
from Chen Yifei. Subtlest of touches. You can see Wardani was on her way back and never going to be able to get to that.
They're the ones that are so frustrating. She did so well to actually get out of the way of it to leave it, because obviously she thought it was going out, and lands plumb on the line. Just think in those situations, a shot's not going to win the rally. It's kind of a building shot, as in you're moving your opponent, and you just cannot afford to make an easy mistake on.
Service over. 2-4. Service over. 5-2.
Brilliant follow-up there from Chen Yifei. And you get your opponent under pressure. Got to predict where the next one's going to go, and she did it so well there.
At the back again from Wardani.
6-2.
Too good.
7-2.
No, Wardani's not been given any opportunity. We haven't seen any of those phenomenal overheads that we saw in the second game because she just hasn't had that chance. She's not been on balance or any good position to use that. Incredible.
Well, she'll be able to keep her concentration after that net cord.
7.
The control that Chen Yifei had on the floor to get a net cord, I think it was. Great slice, great pickup. Yeah, it was. It's almost a bit unlucky for Chen Yifei because it was a net cord that didn't really help her. She has such an amazing attitude on court. She's always smiling no matter what. She is so gracious even when she does the occasional time actually lose.
Check. You shot. 3-7.
That was a
Service over.
very strange one there.
3.
So I mean, all that hard work that's gone in the rally before, and then
Counts for nothing, effectively. Just
you don't see that very often at all. And this is it, and this is the big problem for me. So we've had 3 rallies there, and she's played one phenomenal one, no doubt about it, where she won that rally, then the serve gift, and then that as well. So Chen Yifei hasn't had to do a lot in 2 rallies, and she's, you know, in that short section of the game, she's 2-1 up.
yeah, it's just a bit ragged, isn't it, from Wardani?
That's brilliant. And this is a thing.
10-3.
To give Chen Yifei that breathing space, that lead, and now 7 points. Again, it's just a bit too comfortable to clear. Chen Yifei's, you know, she's not stretched, she's not in a bad position, she's read it. Quality of the clear wasn't phenomenal.
Well, a huge lead down at the mid-game interval for the former Olympic champion. 11-3, having dropped that second game, which is right back on track now, so it appears, for a place in the quarterfinals.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. On court. Eleven, 3. Play. 12-3.
Has gone from a tough challenge to almost an impossible one, but it's never over. We're going to have to see something quite special here from Wardani to pull this back.
14-3.
You know, no matter what happens in this game now, I still think Wardani is a huge talent. I think it's just controlling what she has. This is the big thing. We've seen moments of pure brilliance, but then we've also seen quite a few easier points she's given away to her opponent.
Yeah, I think she found it hard just to get back to somewhere close to the level that she showed us in the second game. And Chen Yufei kind of blew her away right at the start of the decider, and she's never recovered.
Yeah, this is why obviously the start of the final game is so important, to show your dominance and kind of almost stamp your authority on it. And I think Chen Yufei did that incredibly well. Maybe now just a little bit of a lapse of concentration from Chen Yufei, but there's a time when you can do that, is when you have a very, very big lead.
Service over. 15-5. Service over. 6-15.
Little bit of defiance from the Indonesian. Vintage Chen Yufei, that.
Yeah. Kind of, to be honest, was a little bit like it's just a slow motion walk to the inevitable, as it were, in regards to it's just, I can't see there's any way Wardani can turn this around, but she has to keep believing. Seen crazier things than this in elite badminton. Too good. Wasn't even a bad net shot. Tiny bit loose, but Chen Yufei's read it well and pounced. She's read that one so well. It's even the one before, she was pretty much stood to cover that cross-court drop shot.
Service over. 8-17.
Well, there's a challenge here from Wardani. I'm not sure the most confident one. Close-ish, though. Feeling is that it may just eclipse the line, but Hawkeye will tell us. No problem there, and Chen Yufei closing in, it seems, on victory here. Been playing for exactly an hour. 3 more points required.
Play. Service over. 9-18. Service over. 19-9. Service over. 10-19.
On the line,
Service over.
and here are 10 match points
Match point, 10.
for Chen Yifei. It's out, and well, in fact, it was called in, but looked to me like it might have missed the line. Let's see. She's challenged it.
I think Chen Yifei there definitely thought the drift was going to just maybe take it a little bit more. Oh, it was out.
Yeah. So that's it. That'll be match, and Chen Yifei marches on to the quarterfinals. 21-10 in truth, a pretty one-sided decider after Wardani had fought back really well
Match won by Chen.
to level the match in the second game. But the comeback continues apace. Question is, just how far can she go? Final last week, Orléans, that was a Super 300. This is a different ball game, really. But she comes through, 21-14, 22-24, 21-10 in 65 minutes on court. Well, we're going to swap from one Olympic champion to another, because up next, the reigning women's singles champion is An Se-young, and she's taking on Scotland's Kirsty Gilmore in a couple of minutes. Well, a warm welcome back to Birmingham as we start to really enjoy this tournament. Warming up now on day 3, a couple of longish matches to start with. And now we have reached the time that a lot of people have been waiting for, the arrival on court of the world #1 woman, and also, of course, the reigning Olympic champion and world champion.